It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics plus. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Check our night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But they say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up? It's your boy Levelhead, and this is the Live and Level Gamers Podcast, episode 157, Ultimate Direct Smash R Unnecessary. I have my crew in the building, well, in the internets, on the internet, across the internets, live and direct in your face. Go ahead, bro. Starting with D2K. What's up?
What's up?
What's good, man?
I had to. I was doing something. Sorry about that.
Nah, you good. What's up, K-Bump?
Yo, what's up, peoples? I'm on the road right now. I just came from my guy's baby birthday, 2-year-old birthday party with nothing but candy and ice cream and kids jumping everywhere. But I didn't want to miss another podcast, so I'm here, ready to rock and roll and talk about these games, man.
On the road again. Can't believe I'm on this road again. I don't know the words.
Wasn't them vocals?
I'm trying to, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. Anyway. Well, welcome back, man. We missed you last week, bro. Honest to God, we did.
Yeah, I'm heard now. I'm excited. Let's do this.
Okay. Jedi Knight is just getting off the road from traveling. He's off the road again. You're on the road. He's off the road. So he won't be on tonight, but Keith is going to try to jump in when he get a chance to, trying to figure out if Sunday is a good day or not. We're going to figure this out, but if we got to do Thursday again too, we might have to do that as well, man. But he's going to jump in as soon as he's freed up to get on. But we are here, folks. I'm glad y'all are tuning in. Start signing off in the live chat. Let me know who is who and what is what. Well, y'all already in here. Okay. Ken Genius 947. What's up? Who else in here? First Name Basis is here. Dark Sun Rider is in here. All of you guys, welcome to the show. If you're live and listening, let me know who you are. We are here to talk a lot. We had a lot happen this week. We had a direct Doom Eternal. What else, man? The Dragon Ball Z beta for the Switch dropped. What other news? The Red Dead Redemption trailer dropped. What else going on? What else, man? What else happened this week? What else happened this week? Let us know in the live chat. Is something we missing? King K. Rool is in the building. No, I was playing. We're going to talk about this, man. Me and D2K kind of hit the show off last week because we got the announcement live on the cuff when we was talking. We was told about, the Smash Direct taking place. A lot of, differences of opinion on the fact of was it timing appropriate, or was it, was it unnecessary? Was it good? Was it not good? We're going to deal with all that as our main topic. What else happened? Yeah, Ken G, I'm gonna call you Ken G. Is that cool? Is that all right? Instead of saying the whole thing, you good with all? I can say 947. Which one you want me to do? Let me know. I'll make it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way. That's who logo is that? Is that Burger King? Burger King. Well, we ain't Burger King, so you can't have it your way, but you can have it close to your way anyway, if you let me know. He said, yeah, that's cool. All right, Ken G, how you liking it, man? Let me know what you think. I played it. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it here in a second. What you think about it, bro? Type it in there. Let me know. I'm gonna say it real quick. Look at First Name Bet said he was crip walking through the intro, man.
That's dope.
Oh man, okay. He likes it. Okay, that's what's up. I do too. But we're gonna get into it. So anyway, let me talk to the people that's actually live on the show. D2K, what's been good with you, man, all this week, man?
I'm just working hard, hardly working.
Working hard, hardly working. I got you. What about you, K-Bong?
Man, got some things going on in life. Got some big movements happening, man. I'm trying to be prepared for everything that's going on. So I've been a little busy, with life and everything else that got to offer. But yeah, man, doing good. Still finding time to get video games, and that Madden just dropped, so you know your boy was on that.
Okay, let me ask this: did you make that decision, basically?
I talked to my man about it, and so we're moving forward with it. So I have to give you a little bit more details offline, but yeah, we kind of going with that direction.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Happy for you, man. Yeah, we talk offline on that. That ain't y'all business. That's not y'all business. That's anyway. I'm sorry. We can't add y'all into that conversation, but that ain't game related. That's life related. Sometimes life ain't for you to hear. You know, I like all y'all, but y'all don't even know everything that's going on with our lives. We ain't open books over here. Anyway, welcome to the show. I'm kind of excited. I'm feeling good. If you're listening, keep signing off in the live chat. I'm watching. I'm looking. I see it says it's amazing. That's what Ken G said. It was amazing. It is, man. We're gonna talk about that. What else? Who else? Dark Sun Rider said, honestly, the direct made me want to get smashed more than I did after E3. I will agree. Yes. We will talk about that later too. What else? First name basis. I understand. Yes, I believe life is real, and sometimes you don't need to know what we got going on in our real personal lives. Thank you, First Name Basis, for understanding why we can't share everything. I'm thankful that you are appreciative and understanding of the situation. But anyway, let's get in, man. What you been gaming on, D2K?
The only thing new I played was this game called On Rush. It's a racing game. It's basically an off-road racing game. It's kind of similar to Burnout, where you crashing into people and stuff like that. You can get points for takedowns and things like that. I didn't really play too much of it. Just played like one match, and that was about it. But there's too much extracurricular stuff going on with loading screens and stuff to really get into the gameplay. And I got frustrated and turned it off. I'm like, I don't want to see all this. I just want to race. I don't want to see cutscenes. I want to see people, all these stats and stuff. All this esports stuff is really ruining gaming for me. Just being forced into everything, where you got all these stats about how fast you're going and how tall this person is and their blood type and what they ate last Thursday and who their gym teacher was in the 4th grade. And I'm like, I don't care about all that stuff. Just put the game on, man. So yeah, that's all I did new. Other than that, it was just some normal stuff I already play.
Just a sec. All right, my daughter trying to talk while I'm talking, and we can't talk at the same time because that means then we sounding kind of colluded, and you don't understand me because I'm trying to hear her. Anyway, that ain't y'all business. K-Bone, what you been gaming on?
Man, you tripping today, bro. I like it though. So you know Madden dropped on Thursday. So I was on that Madden, not Thursday, sorry. Madden dropped this past Tuesday. Apologize for that. Went and picked it up right after work. Started grinding on that for a little bit, playing the MUT, trying to understand how to play the game, getting the ins and out. Mostly playing MUT right now. Oh, actually, your boy actually turned his Xbox on.
Xbox? I forgot you had the Xbox.
You have one of those?
Yep, turned the Xbox on.
Did you turn it right back off?
No. I played it. No, man. I got
I'm sorry.
Shots fired.
No, it's all good. No, I use it for the EA access.
Okay, that's right.
Because PlayStation doesn't allow you to do it. So So basically, I bought it so I can play the EA games through a monthly subscription. And so I got a chance to play Madden a little earlier than the release date. So I played that. So that was legit. Played Madden 19 when it's dropped. But for the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I've been playing some level. And I've been trying to get on the podcast so I can let you know what I've been playing.
Okay.
So I've personally gone back and said, you know what, I'm gonna finish this game. I haven't talked about it in the best light, but I know it's a great game to some people. So let me give it another try. I'm gonna try to finish it. That game being The Last of Us. So I've actually
That's on The
gone
Last
back.
of that is play. Oh, okay, that's right. You told me. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I've never finished it. I've never finished it. I don't even hype the game up as much as other Sony has do because I've never finished it. I've always stopped playing the game, and so level. I realized why I didn't like the game. You want to know why I didn't like the game, level?
What was
Because
that?
I was bad at it. That's why I didn't like the game.
What?
I just realized. No, seriously, I found out playing the game again why I didn't like it. Because the thing is, the game is a resource game. So you have to be careful with your resources. And if you don't kill the enemies with a couple of bullets or no bullets, you're going to run out of ammo really quickly. And the problem, reason why I wasn't liking the game is that I was steady getting into gunfights and I wasn't killing my enemies fast enough. And so I would run out of my bullets. And so for the next fight, I wouldn't have any ammo. And so those clickers or zombies would come, and I didn't have enough to defeat them. And I kept having to replay the mission over and over and over again. So this time through the game, I'm actually much better. And I guess age has allowed me to be much more patient. Because there's a lot of sneaking around in the game. You know, it's not like Metal Gear Solid where you can sneak around, but then you get in trouble. You can blast your way out of it. So I've been really working hard on sneaking around and taking people out. And I'm really enjoying the game, man. The thing is, the story is a little heavy. So it's hard for me to sit through and play it for hours because the story kind of weighs on you and the action, everything that's going on. So I can't sit and play for hours, man. But it's a really good game, man. Like I love the way the enemies interact, the way that you interact, the way the move set works. That you can grab somebody, one of the enemies, and then hold them hostage while you shoot another guy. Kind of like they showed in the trailer for the new one. How she helped the guy and they shot him with arrows. You know yeah, I'm really liking the game now. And
so the reason you wasn't feeling it was because you wasn't playing it right. That's what you.
I was bad at it. Yeah,
just bad at it.
I was bad at it, and so I kept having to replay missions over and over and over and over because I couldn't get through them because I didn't have enough resources for the next fight because I was using them all in the previous fight. And so the game is really dependent on your resources, and if you use up all your shotguns and your pistols, and all you got left is a bow and arrow and a rifle, you're not going to make it through the next level. And so that was going through. And also, if you use a bunch of stuff for the little shanks or health packs, use up all your health packs, the little resources, then you don't have enough resources for the next fight. And so that's what I was going through. And I finally realized that, I didn't have enough resources for the next fight. And that's why every fight seemed very difficult. And I kept having to replay it. And so, yeah, but now I finally learned how to play it and get through it. And yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I like it was slow at first. I'll say the start up is slow. And if you can't endure the start up, once the game starts to open up and you really start to get into the journey and the struggle that these two characters are having in this, I guess, apocalyptic world turned upside down, zombie, clicker, whatever you want to call them, world. I don't know, you can get kind of lost in it and not, I guess it could be kind of disengaged with it or lose engagement with it. But for me, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in a way that I didn't think I would. And it's still one of my highlights for the PlayStation. Well, it's a remake.
PS3, PlayStation 4. PS4.
Yeah, but a highlight for one of Sony's first party IPs. The Last of Us is a good one. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not as excited for 2 though. I don't know why, but the original one is definitely good. So that's cool. Anything else? This Madden, you really did with that Madden?
Well, I take some time to get to understand the Madden and learn how it works before I give any real feedback on that. It's gonna be a while before I get real feedback on that. I did want to know something cool. So the developers of I guess it's Naughty Dog, yeah. So it's funny because they said that they're focused on the new Last of Us. They're not trying to make the game fun. They're trying to tell a story or portray something, and they're not actively trying to make the game, not in the sense of you're not gonna enjoy playing the game, but fun as in how they make Uncharted. Uncharted is made to be a fun, rant-through, lighthearted. Yeah,
it's lighthearted. Is wisecracks. Is Sully and Nathan and all the different characters. It's basically Indiana Jones in a video game.
Yep, put it lightly. Yep.
So The Last of Us is really going for a dark, morbid, depressing story.
It is Walking Dead. If that's way you can explain it.
So unexpected people dying and all that, and because it's one plot in The Last of Us that you get connected with the two people you meet. The brother.
That messed me up, man.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of situations like that was like, dude, how do you move on from that?
I'm looking at the screen like, that
man,
happened.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's only so much of that you could kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay to have some of that in the game, or maybe one instance or one character that you really grew attached to. They then throw a curveball at them and like, wow, but you can't have a whole game based on that.
The game is, man. That's why it's hard to play through hours of, like, you got to just stop and play something else, man. You got to, play some
You got to break away from it, yeah. And I mean, it keeps you coming back, but I had to work myself up to be in the mindset to play that level of kind of emotional. And it's crazy that a game could do that, but it was after that scene, I was like, man, how am I supposed to process this? Because it was
playing.
Yeah, it was like they don't have no respects of person, age, sex. if you are wrote to be taken out, you're gonna be taken out, and it's gonna be gruesome, and it's gonna put you in a compromising position where you had to do something that you really don't want to do. It was like, wow, man. The storyline was really good in that game. But anyway, so anything else before I move on to what I've been gaming up?
No, that's it for me. That's just, yeah.
Okay.
I've been wanting to say that for the longest, so I've been saving that one.
That's what's up, man. So you said you turned the Xbox on, and what was you playing on that?
I told you the early EA access to Madden.
Okay, early EA. Okay,
yeah,
I think I did something and kind of missed that part what you said. So okay, cool. As for me, and keep signing off and let me know if you hear in the live chat. And I'm gonna piggyback on K Genius with the graphics and Dark Sun Rider, talking about Dragon Ball Z Fighters for the Switch. The beta just released this past, I think, Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. I think it was Friday. And I downloaded it, but I didn't really get a chance to actually play it until Saturday. And it was late Saturday because I had to go to a wedding up actually in your neck of the woods, K-Bon. I was in your backyard. You just didn't know it. But so when I got back, I tried it out. And I'm going to be honest, man, I tried the beta on the PlayStation 4. Mm-hmm. And I see little to no drop off from the PlayStation 4 version to the Switch version. It's fast, it's crisp, graphically, it's impressive. It's overwhelming because it ain't like Street Fighters, and it ain't like something like Killer Instinct and what am I thinking of? Mortal Kombat. It's definitely not like Smash Bros. Dragon Ball Z Fighter has its own fighting mechanic, its own way of doing it. It's different, and I was getting thrashed bad. Somebody had Goku black and was whooping the tar. If I had tar on me, off of me. It was man, if I was dirty, I was clean when he got done. If I was clean, I was extremely dirty when he got. I got whooped 2 pieces, and it was so bad I wasn't even ashamed. I was like, you know what? I don't even feel bad about getting whooped that bad. That's how bad I got whooped. But the game is dope. It's absolutely dope. Namco is shining with that title, man. D2K, it literally looks like they ripped these characters all out of the manga, put color to them, and out of the Dragon Ball Z animated series, and just put it in the game. I mean, it looks like the cartoon. It looks like the anime.
Yeah.
And in some ways, it looks better than the actual anime.
Yeah.
And well, no, I'll take that back. In a lot of ways, it looked better than the actual anime because the backgrounds, the way that they, like when you knock one fighter out, the way the other fighter, flies in and kind of collides with your current, with the current fighter that's still on the stage, and that whole cut scene and it's so seamless and interwoven into the actual fighting. And when they do, like when Goku does instant transmission or they do a teleport, it's so slick. It's like, dude, how did they? And it controls so smooth. It was making me mad because I didn't know what button to push. I didn't know nothing, man. I redeemed myself against this dude in the second match, but he still whooped me, man. I'm telling you, he whooped me bad, man. In front of company and everything. All I can do.
He put them paws on you.
He put them paws.
Got them hands.
He put paws, duck feet, platypus tails. I don't know, feathers, everything was on me after that fight, man. I looked pitiful. So I played that. Also, shouts out to Crazy Caleb, my one of my best friend's son. He has a Switch, and we was playing local play. He had his Switch at the house, and I was on on the TV, and we was racing each other in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And this boy kicked my butt the first 2 times. I have to admit he got me, but I got him back. You know what I'm saying? So we played until I won. That's how that go. You wasn't leaving until I won something. I hadn't played Mario Kart in so long, so he was getting me, man. I was thinking, this boy, he just got lucky until he beat me the second time. I was like, this ain't luck, because he was playing my daughter, making her look bad. I was like, you ain't finna shame my last name. You know what I'm saying? Give me that controller so I can redeem our household. Before he goes home and talk about he beat Levelhead at Levelhead's house on Levelhead TV. No, that ain't happening. So I finally got him after 4 games. We doubled it up and I was good. A blue shell hit him right before he crossed the line. So I had to admit the computer helped me. The computer gave me some aid. But your boy won, man. K-Bum, we gotta play Mario Kart with Nia and Alex them. I think on the 14th.
Yeah, I think it's this Tuesday.
Yeah, that actually they might not see because that's when Infinity Wars drop. Nia, we'll be there.
Yeah, I was just at Best Buy the other day looking for it.
Yeah, I thought it came out today. I was planning on going to get it and watching it when we got off, but Dark Sun, man, I tried to find you because I saw you playing Paladins. That's another game I've been on. Paladins is on to me, man. I'm liking Paladins more than Fortnite. I'm sorry. I'm loving Paladins right now. Keith Norris had a 30 kill streak. That brother was beasting the last time we played. A 30 kill streak. I had a 12 at that time, but Friday I had a 20 kill streak. I killed 20 people before I died. And K-Bum, I'm telling you, man, I know you are a Overwatch guy. But you need to jump on this Paladins with us, man. We pretty good. But Keith was beasting. But yeah, Dark Sun, man. I apologize. I said I was going to jump on Splatoon with you, and I tried to and forgot. And when you got off before I actually got on, I saw that you was on like 15 minutes. You had just got off, and I got on. I apologize, man. That's my bad. Don't hold it to my heart. That's my mind. I'm getting up there in age. I'm about where K-Bum is now. getting old, man. You know.
Hey, hold on, player.
Huh?
Let me just.
Hold on,
Did I
player.
mess up?
Don't.
Did I do something wrong?
Boy, I'm gonna start calling out real government names. You keep playing.
I'm
I ain't
older
old
than
as
you. That's
you.
right. I forgot. I'm older than you.
You ain't forgetting nothing.
I messed up.
I'm gonna start calling government
maybe
names
I was
out here,
thinking
giving
I was
addresses.
saying D2K. I said K-Bub. I don't know what I did. Anyway, I played that. Man, Paladins is that deal, man. I'm sorry. I can't get enough of this game. And some kind of way, last night, all the characters was available to me. Somebody let me know what's going on with that, because I could play every character last night for some odd reason. All of them was open in my select menu. But K-Bum, I think you'll like Paladins, man. I'm real talk, bro. What else did I play? I opened my entertainment case to my PlayStation 4 and then shut the door back on it just for amusement purposes. But I didn't actually turn it on, K-Bum. I apologize.
For real?
Yeah, I did do that. I'm not lying. I had because my boy is a big PlayStation guy. I was like, yeah, my place, let's turn that on. And I just shut the door back on. Like, nah, we'll stick with this Switch. Anyway, that was my biases coming out. But that's all I played this week. Paladins, a little Fortnite, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Dragon Ball Z, the beta for the Switch. If you got a Switch, those are two free games that are great, and also a beta. I don't even know if the beta is still going on. I think it's over. But if you had any concerns about Dragon Ball Z Fighter for the Switch, let you know there is no concerns. Let's get into these topics. So I got a few things up here for discussion because a lot happened this week. I didn't get to see all of this. The only one I didn't really see was Red Dead Redemption's 2 trailer. Did any one of you guys see that?
No.
Yeah. I definitely saw that.
So, K-Bum, go ahead and let us know, man. What did you think about it? What's up, Cornelius? Welcome to the show. Who else in here again? Let me make sure everybody up in here. Because I'm telling you, if you sign off in the live chat, I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna let you know, let them know you here. But welcome to the podcast, Cornelius, man. Been a minute since we saw you. But let us know about that Red Dead Redemption trailer. Was it good? What's going on with
it? So for one thing, when I first saw it, what kind of stuck out to me was the graphics. Again, I'm sorry. I do love my graphics, and it does make a difference to me enjoying the game or not. So I apologize for those who just like little cute sprites. I like realistic graphics, so excuse me. But that was the first thing that popped out to me. Oh, Phoenix Star, what's up, homie?
Yeah, what's up, Phoenix? I wasn't gonna interrupt you. I was gonna get you.
Yeah, you weren't going to interrupt me. But anyway, what?
He got me back.
So the first thing that stuck out to me was the graphics. Just seeing how they've adapted this engine for the PS4, because I believe this is their first true PS4 game, because GTA 5 was a port from the PS3, and it still looks good on the PS4, but this is their first take at a full-blown PS4 title only. Not only, but I think it's focused on the PS4, and it looks amazing. Just listen to some stuff they were talking about, some of the stuff. Is that a snapping noise? What is that? I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Oh, my bad. You can hear that?
Yeah, I can. Okay, interrupt. I'm trying to do my thing. No, when I saw it, man, like they were kind of talking about what they're trying to do with the game, kind of who you playing, that guy that you're playing, the time frame that you're playing in. That's all legit. They talked about how they're doing something a little bit different. Like you have a home base now, and with the home base, like you're actually in a game. Is what you are. You're in a game, and then the game has a home base that kind of travels around different places, and you can like interact with people. It's actually what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Mass Effect. Mm-hmm. How Mass Effect, you have the ship in Mass Effect, and then you can pick different people out of the group to go to certain missions, and then if you do that, you can talk to them and learn a little bit more about their backstories, and then you can bring stuff back to the ship. Well, I guess for them, the rodeo, whatever, and bring stuff back to it that helps out the morale of the people there. So, to be honest, now that I think about it, it sounds a lot like how the first Mass Effect was. How you had a ship as your base, and then you had the people around there. So it's kind of doing the same thing, but it's for the Wild Wild West. So I mean, to me, that sounded really good. They talked about the locales where you're going to be at, mountains, which looked beautiful, swamps, which looked amazing, deserts, modern city, old town cities. What else they talked about? They talked about the shooting mechanic. If you guys remember the first Red Dead, they had the what was it called, a Dead Eye system, where you can slow down time and one shot people. It was kind of like a Max Payne type of thing, but it was a little bit different. So that they brought that back and they've changed that. And the last thing they changed was, well, no, they talked about your interactions, how you can interact with people. So they showed the guy riding his horse, and he saw someone getting robbed, and it popped up with like different decisions that he can make. It was actually tied to a button, so you can diffuse the situation and just walk away from it. You could interact with with what's going on, the guy getting robbed inside the street, or you can just ask more questions about what's going on. And so I mean I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of reminded me of The Witcher. It kind of does the same thing. How you're just riding around the world, and the world is living around you. The people are actually, stuff is happening around you, and it's not tied to a particular mission. It's just the world going on, happening. So that's really cool.
Okay.
And they also talked about the horse, which was a big emphasis on the actual horse, and having different kind of horses for different kind of mission. Like, this game sounds like super deep. Like you have a certain horse that you use for certain mission. Like if you need to hard cargo, you may want to use, like, if you're trying to go slow, but if it's heavy, you need like a donkey type horse. But if you need to go fast or chase somewhere, you may need like a Mustang or something like that. But yeah, or like a stallion. But it was, man, it's really deep. And it was like, they said all that in 6 minutes. So it was great.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, the trailer was 6 minutes long, man, and they talk a lot about the actual game. And the next little developer dive they're gonna have, they're gonna talk about missions like bank robberies, train robberies, and stuff like that, and just jacking people. So somebody on Cornelius said it's he was asking questions, so it's like Westworld. I can't be a judge of that. I never watched Westworld, so I can't really give a true statement on that, man. But if you check out the trailer, man, I say check it out for yourself. Red Dead, the first Red Dead was an amazing game. It was huge, and this one sounds just as big and just as deep. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I got the last. I don't play GTAs, but I did play the Red Dead.
Okay. Shout out to Clocked It in the house, in the building, in the internet. Who else in there? I'm not over there right now. Did anybody else jump in?
No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, man, I'm looking at it now. I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. But graphically wise, it does look like you said, K-Bum. It is
it pops out, man.
Yeah, it really does. I had to admit. Now, is this the first trailer for the new game or not? I thought they had one.
They did have one. It did not look as good as this.
Okay. All right.
It did not look as good as this. I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, Red Dead. And then I saw it and I saw this one. I was like, whoa. Was it October time frame when this comes out? Mm-hmm. I feel sorry for any game coming out in October right now, because
so that does come out. Is this next year or this year?
I believe it's this October, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. What system do you think they displaying demoing this on? The Xbox One X, the PlayStation Pro 4?
It probably would be either the Pro or the X.
PC.
Or it could be PC. I'm not exactly sure.
Looking at this, it definitely ain't the baseline.
No, it's not the baseline.
They usually stick with it. If it's on PC, if they're showing any trailers, they're usually using that footage to show off the graphics.
Because it do look extreme. It looked like a Wild Wild West Witcher 3 graphics set in the Wild Wild West. That's what it kind of put me in the thoughts of. But it looked like what they showed of the Witcher when they first showed the Witcher, not because I think the Witcher looked better than what actually came to the shelves.
It was slightly that it was reduced. It wasn't that much.
It looked like them first trailers of the Witcher, man, just in a Wild Wild West setting. I mean, it looks good. I'm not gonna say I'm I didn't play the first one. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but it definitely looks good. It definitely does look
first
good.
one was huge, man. It was they didn't deliver on all their promises though on the first one.
Okay.
They did
All
not
right.
deliver on all their promises. So I'm hoping that they can with this one. They did not deliver on all their promises. So what was huge about it was their different take on multiplayer on the first Red Dead. So I'm hoping that they can reinvent this, especially with seeing how big GTA 5 multiplayer has been. So
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine being able to have GTA in the Wild Wild West. With hope, man, it's just if they do it right, this game could be people can be playing just like GTA. People can be playing this game 4 or 5 years.
And I'm not gonna lie, GTA 5 is a good looking game, man. I actually got a chance to play it. I think I told you guys about that when I was at my in-laws or with my wife for a weekend, and we stayed actually at my in-laws, and my nephew has a Xbox One, and he had no. It was a PlayStation 4. My other nephew had his PlayStation 4 there, and he had Grand Theft Auto 5. And I was literally kind of dumbfounded by how actually the game looked. I didn't think it looked that good, but it definitely does. So I can only imagine what Rockstar is doing with Red Dead. So I'm somewhat intrigued. I ain't saying I'm gonna jump out there and buy it, but I am intrigued enough to at least pay attention. What's up, Damien? Welcome to the show. Who else in here? All right, so let's move on to this next topic. Who saw the Doom Eternal trailers?
Yeah, I got a chance to see some gameplay of it.
Did you? What did you think about it? I like what. Now I just got rid of Doom because I don't like all the subliminals and symbolisms and all that stuff. But for the purpose of talking about games, since it is a new announcement this week, it's something worth talking about. What did you notice about the stages that was a whole heck of a lot better?
Now, to that question, I don't have an answer because in order for me to say what looks a lot better about it, I would have to know what the original Doom, not the original, but the latest one came out looks like. Now, that one I did not play. I've only seen that in trailers and videos.
Okay.
I can give my thoughts about what the new one looks like as far as the trailer, but not as a comparison of the previous one.
Okay, well, I would say what I noticed about this trailer versus the one I actually owned and played, man, they have really opened up these stages. Like Doom is tight corridors, not a lot of space to, it's a fast game, but you in small, compact, limited areas where you jumping back and forth here and there, running around in circles, trying to elude and take out these demons out and hordes of different enemies on the stage. And they have literally opened this game up to where it looked, man, it just was way bigger than I was expecting a Doom game to look like. It was impressive. Like that I'm gonna get it because I don't, like I said, I can't do all the symbolism and stuff, man. But minus all that, man, that looked good. And I don't know what, and that grapple hook and all that. I was like, man, this reminds me of Metroid. Like, it gave me Metroid feel. That's how open it was. Was you finna say something, D2?
No, I was about to say.
K-Buck, go ahead.
You do know why they made the last Doom that came out, but you do know why they made it closed off with the small corridors. What reason why this one is the last one was just called Doom, right?
Yeah, I think it was a remake.
Yeah, it was pretty much a remake of the original Doom. So they tried to go back to their original roots.
Okay,
which is the corridor, because I played the original Doom when I was a kid. I don't know if that dates myself or not. I don't know, but I played the original Doom back in the day on the PC, and yeah, it was a small corridor. They even made a lot of the enemies look like the previous enemies, and they tried to get back that same feel that they had before.
Okay,
and so that's why they that, and so now I guess they're saying, you know what, we did that, we're successful. Now let's evolve the game the right way.
Okay.
Because I did notice that it was big. Now that I noticed, I didn't know that was a comparison. How big of a comparison it was to the previous game.
Oh man,
but I
it's
did
night and
know
day.
it looked way more open than the original one.
Yeah, it is night and day. And when let me did you got anything you want to add to this, bro?
No, I mean I'm looking at the actual presentation that they had at
Okay.
QuakeCon, and they the game looks like it's still fast, but it doesn't look like it's abrasively fast.
Yeah,
as Doom was, where you feel like you're running at super speed down the hallway. And I think
Yeah.
that actually helps in terms of making the boards feel bigger because you're not getting from point A to point B in 0.2 seconds. So that's the only thing I've noticed watching this gameplay footage right here.
Yeah. Now, also with this announcement, a lot of folks was, convinced, and D2K. I know what D2K gonna say, but for entertainment purposes, a lot of folks were sure that this game could not find its way to the Switch, and Bethesda like, no, it's coming to the Switch, and it seems to be that it's coming day and date with the other versions. And of course, Panic Button is, thank you, Cornelius. Putting that I already knew it, but keeping us abreast. Panic Button is the ones producing it. So we know what Panic Button, they did the original Doom. They did, I want to say Rocket League, and they also did Wolfenstein for the Switch. Some of the best to better looking games on the Switch. So what do y'all think about that? I'll start with you first, D2K. Was you kind of shocked that they announced, this new game and made announcement for the Switch?
No,
then and there.
No, because this is Bethesda and they have a partnership with Nintendo right now. So okay. I'm pretty sure Nintendo said that we have this partnership with you, then we need to be getting these games day and date like everybody else is getting. As I've said many times before, is that any game can run on any piece of hardware. It's just about how well it's going to run, and that's up to the developers being able to use tricks and things, be able to make up for shortcomings of hardware. Obviously, the Switch is not as powerful as a PC or an Xbox One or PlayStation 4, but it's powerful enough to be able to run the game to where people can enjoy it. And that's the reason why the game is coming to the Switch. And then you add in the whole idea of playing on the go, which is the tagline that Nintendo uses to fill in the blanks for people who are saying, I'm not buying this inferior version. People who have the Switch will say, well, this is the reason why I got it is because I could play this at work, or I could play this on the bus, or I could play this on the train, or I could play this, wherever. But for me, I just hope that this game does not cost the same as it does on the other consoles, because I think that if you're going to get a version that's not as good, the price should reflect that, regardless if you're playing on the go or not. But it's not surprising that there's going to be a Switch. It just all depends on whether or not the developer or the publisher, I should say, feel like they're going to make any money. And obviously, the games that Bethesda's released on the Switch so far has made them some profits, so they want to go back and get some more of that. So that's why they're putting Doom Eternal on the Switch.
Got distracted. I'm sorry. Somebody came downstairs and took my heart away. Go ahead.
Your heart? Took your heart away?
My wife came downstairs and I got distracted. I was looking at her. She looking kind of nice today. You always look good, but she look kind of extra good. Anyway, let me stop. Okay. That's real life stuff. Go ahead.
I don't know if I can follow that. Basically, like I said, I'm not gonna. We need to get past this whole idea of whenever any game that looks decent or looks like it's graphically intensive is announced for the Switch, it's like, oh my gosh, we need to get off of that, because that's not an issue anymore. It never was an issue. The issue is, will the game run good enough to where it's worth your money? And, well, that's basically it, actually, is will the game run good enough to where it's worth your money? Because Nintendo's not giving you any discounts on these games at all. That's the difference. Mm-hmm. If they want to say, oh, we'll give you Doom Eternal, but it'll be $39.99 versus $59.99 for other consoles. Done. Bought. But if it's $59.99 as well, then well, I mean, is playing it on the go worth that extra money for inferior version? You have to make that decision yourself, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. I'm reading down here, and I think it was. Let me make sure I'm reading. I think it was Cornelius asked the question: would it be a bad idea for Nintendo to give them a mature IP or any IP to develop? He named Jet Force, Gemini, and Time Splitters, but I know that neither of those games are available to Nintendo because Rare owns Jet Force, and I don't know who owns Time Splitters. Okay. Clock that said Crytek owns Time Splitters, but with this relationship, I'd like to get K-Bum on this question. With this relationship with Bethesda and Switch, and seeing how Panic Button is able to turn out some very graphically pleasing, mature games on the Switch from, games that you would typically expect not to come to the system. If Nintendo could give them an IP, what IP would you first, K-Bum 20, then D2K, or maybe I should ask D2K first because K-Bum might not have any Nintendo IPs he could think of. I don't know. But what IP would you give them, K-Bum, of Nintendo's out of Nintendo's catalog of IPs?
Well, but the thing is, to be honest with you, you can actually reimagine any IP to be mature. Right. It doesn't have to be something that was already mature and then turn it that way. They can reimagine anything. I know we talked about even Metroid or even Zelda. You can reimagine that to a mature atmosphere. Because
I think Metroid would benefit. Actually, honestly, I think Metroid would benefit from going a little bit beyond teen.
Right.
I think it got what to take. Yeah.
Yeah, that video of it with running off a Unreal Engine, right? Looking like a was it what the game, the Epic game on the Xbox? What's the name of that game? The shooter.
Halo?
No.
Gears?
Yeah, Gears. Like a Metroid Gears. Yeah, I mean, I think they could.
Okay.
You can take that IP that looked beautiful, reimagined in that. Somebody said no.
Blue Boat says Smash. No,
Smash.
I don't think they can handle Smash. Blue Boat. Welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they can. They have to take one like the I forget the name of the game that was black and white and had all the blood and guts that came out there for the Nintendo. Remember that game? It was black and white. It came out for the Wii.
Black and white. Oh, it was made by that game. That's what we've been needing Keith here. What was the name of that game?
You guys in the comment section know what I'm talking about. The black and white game that Nintendo came out. It was a mature game. It had blood.
Yeah, it was made by, I can't remember who made it. I want to say
Mad
and
World.
I never played it. Mad World. I never made it. I never played it. I never played Mad World.
You don't need to take a game like that and redo it. You can do something you already have and just reimagine it. So that's why I don't feel like it has to be an already established mature IP. That's my feeling about it.
Go ahead, D2. What your take?
I forgot what we were talking about because I was looking.
Cornelius asked the question. I think it was Cornelius. Yeah, that looking at the relationship that seems to be going on between Nintendo and Bethesda, would it be smart for Nintendo to pitch a IP of their own, first party IP to Bethesda, for Bethesda to work on, like what Ubisoft did with Mario and the Rabbids, like give them an IP and let them kind of take the wheel and make it what it is, whether it's mature or not. Would it be a smart move to get Bethesda to work on a first party IP of Nintendo? Give them one of their characters and let Bethesda create a game with one of Nintendo's characters.
I think it'd be a brilliant idea to do exactly just that, to give them an IP and then let them reimagine it into what they want it to be, instead of saying, giving them parameters of what you think a mature game should be. Just let them, or even better, say we want you to take a franchise that we have, and they'll give you a list of franchises that you can choose from. You choose what franchise that you want, you reimagine it in the way that you want, and then develop it for us. We will pay you for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be cool. I don't know if I'll be, being fair to Nintendo, and I know Nintendo is real sacred with their IPs and their characters. I don't know if it's be fair to let a team like Bethesda have full reign over the direction that the IP goes in. I think Nintendo should have some input, but I do think it'll be a cool idea for Nintendo to pitch, a Bethesda. It had to be the right title. Like, it's some games that Nintendo got, like it's a few games that Nintendo, like, what's the game that came out on the GameCube? Eternal Darkness. To me, Eternal Darkness would be a great game for a team like a studio like Bethesda, because it fits into what they already do. Eternal Darkness is already a mature title anyway.
You can always have titles that are IP that are off limits. Like you're not touching Mario, not touching Zelda, you're not touching But I'm talking like I said a couple of podcasts ago. So Nintendo's IP list is well over 100.
Right.
I mean, they've got IPs that people didn't even know existed before. So there's any number of IPs that they can take and say, well, just do whatever you want with it. It's no skin off their back, because it's not hurting their bottom line. This is a dormant franchise that you're bringing to life. We're still making money for Nintendo. We still retain control over the IP. You're just making it for us so we both can make money.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Cornelius said Red Steel 2. That's Ubisoft, but I'm in agreement though. We do need a Red Steel, actually a Red Steel 3.
Yeah,
they need to come out with that. But that's a good question, Cornelius, man. I can think of a few titles I wouldn't mind giving what the Blue Bolt say, buggy game making Bethesda, but they've been doing okay here as of late. But let's move on to the next topic. I was watching one of my favorite podcasts, Gamer Tag Radio, and they were talking about the new Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. And one of the readers or listeners asked a question because one of the developers behind this new Spider-Man was also the same folks who made another game by the name of is on the Xbox One. I like the game. What is it? I just had it on my thoughts, and I don't know why I just forgot it. Let me go over here real quick. Who's making that Spider-Man, K-Bun?
They made Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. And there, it just skipped my head right there. I had it, and then when talking about this other topic, I forgot what game I was thinking about. But anyway, the people who made Sunset Overdrive is making the new Spider-Man game, and their concern is that Spider-Man is not going to be great, because to them, Sunset Overdrive was not great, and it made me think this question, because to me, Sunset Overdrive was an awesome game. And so it makes me ask the question, what is a game that you feel like is totally underappreciated? Because in the last generation, some games, a game or two that you feel like has not got its due is just due from the fan base, from gamers. Because I feel like if you play Sunset Overdrive, you will understand why you have nothing to be concerned about with Spider-Man being developed by them. That game was tight. The way that you were able to pull off acrobatics, the way that you was able to do platforming. Sunset Overdrive was ridiculous to me. The storyline was great. The boss battles were great. The graphics was nice. I think it got bad press because of the platform it was on, not because of the actual quality of the game. I think Xbox One was such a system that folks was hating on at that time and still do to this day. it was in a bad place with gamers, with the price and all that. They never lived down, what they did at that E3, and with what is it? Where they trying to control what you DRM, is that what they call it? Is it DRM? Yeah. They never recovered from all that, and I think Sunset Overdrive kind of got hit with all that hate and frustration from gamers, and a good game got overlooked because Sunset Overdrive is an awesome game. So it made me think, what are other games that totally got lost in the sauce, not because they were bad games, but because of the system it released on or the timing of its release? Anybody that want to jump in? And you can name some in the comment section too.
See, the problem is the game that I have was not on the PS3. The game that I have that's overlooked, and when I say it, it's going to be probably a handful of people that actually know this game. It has to release on the PS2, so I'm sorry if I can't give the last generation.
That's cool. That's fine.
This game has been on my mind for the longest because they have a remastered version coming out. So the game that I'm talking about was a game that I thought Dragon Ball Z should have copied off of their in-flight fighting style, but that's neither here nor there. The game I'm talking about is Zone of Enders.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Zone of Enders is so underrated that it's ridiculous, man. I've never heard a single person outside of me mention Zone of Enders. And hold
up before you continue. Phoenix Star 5000, the Conduit would be a great game to give to Bethesda, but I don't know if Nintendo owns the actual game itself. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Shout out to you too, Tony, for being in the live chat. Welcome to the show. Go ahead, K-Bun. My bad.
No problem, man. No problem. I got no problem with that. But yeah, to me, Zone of Enders is up there. Zone of Enders 2, not the first one, but the second one. That's when they actually hit their legs, man, and being in that Jehuti and fighting Anubis, and oh man, the final boss battle, bro. That game was.
And let me look that up. I forgot about how that looked.
It was made by the creator of Metal Gear Solid. That's how I got into it. It was made by Kimijima.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it was made by him, and so that's how I got into the actual game. So, because it was like a demo. No, there was a Metal Gear Solid demo on the game of Zone of Enders, or vice versa. I can't remember. That's how I actually got into playing Zone of Enders. But the second one, the first one was okay. It was okay. The second one blew the first one out the water. Clocked it. Thank you, Clocked it. He said one of the best mech games ever. It absolutely was, to me, the best mech game ever. Period. Hands down. No questions asked. But no one ever really talks about it. To me, that's the game that I would say.
Zone of Enders. Okay, all right. I never actually played that, but I've seen trailers and footage of it for.
He said it was on the Metal Gear 2 demo was on the first end of. Okay, that's what it was. I knew it was something like that. I can't remember which one it worked, but if you bought the first Zone of Enders, you got a chance to play Metal Gear Solid 2. Yep.
Okay, D2K, what's a game that you know about? It don't have to be this gen. Any game that you feel like the game itself was great, just the timing or the platform that it was on killed it.
I can't really think of anything right now. That's a question I would actually have to ponder, because there's a lot of games in different genres and different generations. I mean, I can go all the way back to the NES and think of gems that were on the NES that people slept on and then never talked about again, but they were amazing. Like a game like Shadow of the Ninja on the NES was an awesome ninja game. But because of the success of Ninja Gaiden, it kind of got lost. It was one of those gems. Or Wrath of the Black Manta was another awesome ninja game for the NES that kind of got overshadowed by. Whenever you have a super successful franchise in the same field, it's kind of hard for you to be successful also. And Ninja Gaiden is probably the most successful ninja game ever, and it's still going on today. So it's real easy to get overshadowed by stuff like that. And you can think of platformers that kind of got lost in the shuffle, like Mystical Ninja. Because of the success of Mario 64, people don't really think about Mystical Ninja that much. Little Nemo the Dream Master, an amazing game by Capcom for the NES that's never had anything else since then. And I don't understand why. That is just an unbelievable franchise that they could bring back in to Nintendo, by the way. Talk about people giving people franchises to work on. Capcom should give that franchise Nintendo to work on, because I know they could do something with it. But of course, my favorite game of all time that I play every single day, Slime Rancher.
Are you still on that? You still play that a lot? I'm
still playing it. They still keep updating it, and they still keep coming out with DLC for us. So I'm like, hey, we keep on playing it. I mean, it's relaxing to me to play a game where I'm in complete control of what's going on, versus having to worry about somebody else doing their job or not being the a-hole in multiplayer games. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's refreshing to be able to just say, well, everything that happens in this game is because I did it. If I lose, it's my fault. If I win, it's because of me. Yay. So that's the type of thing that I'm on, games like that. So, but it's so many games. Every one of us can probably bring up 10 games. Everybody on the podcast, everybody in the comment section can probably come up with 10 games they really sat and thought about it. Games that were slept on that didn't get the attention they should have for any reason.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's a lot of them out there, man. That I think had it been on another platform in another season, those games like Prototype. That's another game. Prototype. I think what's the game on Sony that Infamous totally overshadowed Prototype, and Prototype was a good game. But it definitely got overlooked,
Yeah, I never actually tried Prototype. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Another one was Shadowrun. I don't know if y'all remember that game with the black. I think it had a black protagonist as the main character. But that's another one. Now. So anyway, that's just just think about that. If you got some more in the comment section, let me get back over here. Let me know let me see what folks saying other games. Let me see. I don't see.
There's a lot of fighting games too. Like there was a fighting game for the N64 had a ton of slept on fighting games.
Ton of slept on games, almost games in general. But
one fighting game I remember was called Fighter's Destiny, which had one of the best combat systems I've ever seen in the game, and nobody's done anything since then. It was it wasn't just a straight up fighting game. It kind of was like it was a fighting game, but it was kind of like a tournament point style fighting game where you got points for takedown, you got points for doing certain maneuvers and things, but you still could do combos, still could play it like a regular fighting game, similar to Virtua Fighter and Tekken and stuff of that ilk that was out at that time. But that was a really nice fighting game that nobody talks about that.
That was one of my favorite games on the N64. And that fighting system that you talk about, because it brought elements from Virtua Fighters, but it added that the way that you won wasn't just fighting 2 times and it's over. It was points based. You got so many stars for whatever move that you did. If you did a knockdown, like a sweep, and you knocked them off their feet and they went down, that was 2 stars. If you did like a combination into a special move, that was actually 4 stars. And if you was bad enough, you could get a total knockout. If you timed it right, you could get a knockout and it'd be literally 6-7 stars. I think you had like 8 stars that you can get, but it had a whole bunch of ways of winning. So it was points based, move sets, but it had it was like Virtual Fighters mixed with I would say something like Tekken. like in between Virtual Fighter and Tekken, but that scale that they had, the point scale, and how they pointed out each match, you could go maybe almost 4 matches in one challenge to get past them, and it had some of the best, even from Dead or Alive, like the way that you could, you know how Dead or Alive had counters, and you can literally, it had a counter system that, in my opinion, was better than Dead or Alive.
You know, the gameplay was incredibly smooth. It was the smoothest gameplay I've ever seen in a fighting game. You really felt like butter.
Clay Fighters was, you're right, Cornelius. Clay Fighters was another dope game that got overlooked.
Well, he said it was racist trash, and I'm like, what? Did I miss something?
It was racist. Each character was a pun on a real person. Like the Elvis character, it had some racist stuff in it, but it was still a good fighting game, though. I like Clay Fighting.
I'm looking at it this way: if everybody is equally being ribbed, then it's okay.
Yeah, it was.
If it's one person that's being left out, then you know who made the game and you know who's being racist. Yeah, but if they ribbing everybody equally, that's like that one cartoon. It's a cartoon called I forgot what it's, Magical Maestro, where this dog is on stage singing opera, and there's another dog that keeps using this magic wand to change him into different racial stereotypes. And you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, that cartoon is racist," but if you watch the cartoon, they make fun of everybody.
Yeah, but I think if I'm gonna be honest though, the character he bring up, I'm not gonna lie, that character did come out, because there was all the characters was based off of movie, like Snowman. They had a evil snowman. They had a wannabe Elvis character. They had several, but this one Asian character that he talking about was the only one, I think, playing on the aesthetic of ethnicity. I don't think any other characters was dealing with race. They was dealing with a play on a famous star, a play on a famous character. But I think this character was a play on the stereotype of Asian actors back in the day, how they treated Asian actors, and this character was kind of a play on that. But it was kind of, as a kid, I did notice that, but I still thought the game was dope. I ain't gonna lie. The game was dope.
Yeah. I'm really not.
Yeah, they had a lot of folks in that game, but that was another slept-on game. Anyway,
Michael Buffer doing the announcing and everything.
Yes, man. I mean, dude, we had a lot of great
crumble.
Yeah, we had a lot of great games between the 64 and the Dreamcast. It's so many games that we have lost and hasn't seen the light of day. I think Siphon Filter was actually, it got its just due, I feel like. But
yeah, a lot of people talked about that. I never enjoyed it, but a lot of people talked about Siphon Filter.
So let's get on to our main topic, man. So we had a Smash Bros. A direct that was dedicated to Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Direct happened this week. There's been a lot of conversations going back and forth. People, challenging other folks on their position about the excitement or non-excitement for this this direct. So let's get into it. Let's first talk about what they showed and what we thought about what they showed. Then we get into, was it necessary? Was it, we get into all that. First of all, let's deal with what they showed. So we got Simon Belmont?
Mm-hmm.
And that was one, I'm not going to lie. That introduction when the Grim Reaper took out Luigi was dope. I was not expecting that like that, even though coming from Nintendo, to really make it look as gruesome as they did. Like when he cut Luigi's chest open and they literally showed Luigi's clothing ripped and his soul came out of his body and they showed him dead on the collapse on the floor. I was like, what the world? Like, what's going on here? Now, we all knew who the character was because it got leaked, but when Simon showed up, he looked good. It was real dope. I think this was probably what they should have done at E3, but we get into all that. But I liked Dark Samus. I liked honestly, I like King K. Rool. I thought the direct was good for what they showed and what they had to talk about. I thought it was good. It made me more excited for Smash than E3 did. So, but like I said, we'll talk about that later. But overall, I thought the direct was good, but we'll deal with was it necessary or not after we give our verdict on was it good or not. K-Bum 20, you want to jump in here?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. I know you ain't a Smash guy, so at least I don't think you are.
Well, I like Smash, but the question I have is totally different because I haven't watched the direct with Smash because I don't.
Okay.
I'm interested. I don't know how you show me. Like I don't know. I don't know how this changes anything for me. Like the question I have is different, so I'm gonna let you roll what you got before I.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the that. So, all right, so I'm just trying to see if you liked it, if you like what they showed or not. Okay. Okay, cool. Get up in here, Keith. Oh, I see you, D2. Go ahead, D2. What you think about the direct? Just what you thought about it, not if it was necessary or not. Just what you thought about what they showed, was it good or not?
I only watched maybe about 75% of it just because of the show. That's the only reason why I watched it, just so I can be able to talk about what was in there. But after I got to that point, I pretty much got the gist of it. So,
okay.
I mean, as far as the direct itself, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you announced a couple new characters, you announced some new stages, some new play mechanics regarding the Final Smash and everything, and some other stuff. So, I mean, if you're a Nintendo fan, or if you're a fan of Smash, then it was a nice direct to have, and that's how you have to look at it. You know, for somebody from my standpoint who really could give a rip about the game at all, I can understand about things that I actually do care about, and if there was a direct based off of those games, I would be excited about it. So that's how I look at it. Like, I understand that Nintendo fans are going, "Oh, this is great! This is wonderful! It's great!" I don't care because I don't care about the game, but I understand why they're so excited about it. It was a nice direct, and I think that I like to use this quote that brevity is the soul of wit, which basically means keep it simple, stupid. If you keep it simple, you keep it condensed, you keep it small, things don't get, it doesn't get as bad as it possibly could be. And, this direct seemed like it moved faster than the one at E3. The one at E3 just kind of dragged along.
It did.
And it was a lot of repeat information information that wasn't really necessary to go over in the first place. And quite frankly, everybody knew that we were waiting for something else after the Smash part was over. That played heavily into people's synopsis of the actual Smash part of that direct. With this, it's all about Smash. There's nothing else that's supposed to be there. So if they did throw something else in there, it's like, oh, that's great. It's a cherry on top of the sundae. So that's one of the reasons why I think the people like this Smash direct better than the Smash direct at E3 that they basically had.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say, like I said, we finna get into the actual was it necessary part here in a second. I'm going to say, for this, like I kind of like how you put that, D2K. We were expecting more at E3 beyond what they showed us Smash, and when Smash was it, and they ended on that note, it did to me damper that seemingly drug on, like it just drug on and on and on at E3, and it was like, okay, I've had enough. Show me more of something else. Whereas this direct was, all it was about Smash, and the pacing made sense. The characters they announced were cool. Smash is. Simon was cool. I heard Terminator Juice say, but Bayonetta 2 is a better announcement than Simon. I'm like, I beg to differ. First of all, Simon has history with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You can't. Simon it's like, no, bro. Bayonetta, as dope as she is as a character, Simon has way more nostalgic history with any person that claims to be a Nintendo fan.
Simon makes a lot more sense than Bayonetta.
Yeah,
when Bayonetta was even announced, people are like, really? How's that gonna work? But they were like, okay, it's cool, but it was kind of like you had to fix yourself to accept that. With this, it's like it's about time. You know, that's how I kind of felt
like. I ain't no knock to him. He got it right to his opinion. I'm not saying he's wrong for. I'm just saying, in my view, as cool as Bayonetta, as cool as Ryu, as cool as what's his name? What's the boy on
Solid Snake?
It's not Solid Snake. As cool as they are, they never compete with Mega Man. Cause that made sense. They never compete with Simon. Never compete with King K. Rool. These characters literally make sense for the Smash aesthetic, whereas Bayonetta, and even if they added Goku, I know a lot of folks want Goku. Like, that'd be cool, but does it really fit?
Well,
Sonic was dope. Sonic was that was a good announcement.
Well, see, I was saying this on Shokyo's page, is that he said that, before the Direct, he said, I hope announce Goku. And I kind of went off on a tirade off of that because I'm sick and tired of people saying that Goku would ruin Smash Brothers.
No, it wouldn't ruin it.
He's already been in a Smash Brothers type game before. It's not like he has to be Ultra Instinct on the game or something like that. Just put him on there as a regular Super Saiyan to be done with it. But, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, man. I don't think no character just like Ridley. I never understood that argument. Ridley wasn't going to ruin Smash. Just people was being kind of blockheaded on that situation, in my opinion. But to me, I don't think no character like a Bayonetta, a Ryu, even a Goku or a Solid Snake would ever be as cool, as dope as them characters are. And I would love for Goku to show up in Smash. They'd never be King K. Rool. They'd never be Simon Bo. These dudes have relationship and history with Nintendo, the company, and the NES, and the whole aesthetic of what Nintendo and the fan base and the older statement gamers, us who are pushing, into our late 30s and early 40s. We was back then with these characters. Like, I would love for the character in Kung Fu to show up. That'd be a dope character to put in Smash Bros. I don't understand how he hasn't showed up in Smash. The Kung Fu character should be in Smash, but nobody thinks of that. But anyway, I thought it was a cool Direct. It made me more excited than what E3 did for me, but that's not the real question here because I'm not a big Smash guy. So let's get in. They had a lot to announce. There's over 900 some songs in the game. I like the whole how you can put two stages together. It's over 900 something songs in the game. I like how you could put two stages together and the one stage will morph into another stage. I like this game is jam-packed with a lot of stuff, a lot of content. So I thought the Direct of itself was a great Direct, but that still does not solve the problem because we had E3. And there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of, was this necessary? Was it what? Was it wasn't? Was it not? Was it too much? Was it right on time? And before y'all jump in, I'm gonna give my thoughts. I still feel, even after this Direct, and as good as it was, I still feel like it was rushed. We didn't need it right now. As great as it is, as many people tuned in, as many folks are excited, it excited me. But if I be honest, sticking with what I said at E3, I felt like it was too much Smash there. And currently, right now, as excited and as great as the content that they have in Smash is, I still feel like I would have rather got a different direct between the E3 and now than what we got with Smash. But I'm not saying anyone shouldn't be excited for Smash. I'm not as big of a Smash fan, but I personally would have liked to have something else. Maybe, the online services, like we said last week, D2K. I'm still, after even watching, after seeing King K. Rool, after seeing Simon Beaumont, after seeing everything they announced, I'm still like, I would have rather heard about how the online services is going to work. I would rather heard about maybe some new games that I haven't heard about that's going to fill in the gaps between, Pokemon and Smash Bros. That's where I still stand to this day. K-Bum, or you can take over if you had something you want to say, or D2K. You can take over, whatever. Go ahead, K-Bum.
No, so as far as Clocked It before he left, kind of wanted me to give my statement on actual what Smash has done. Because the first question that you were talking about, Level, was about the actual content of did I like it? And so I didn't know what that actually was, so I couldn't give my full opinion. But as far as what Smash is doing for the industry itself, I think they're doing a great job of delivering all this content in this game. I mean, this is an amazing amount of content that Smash is delivering. And I think that helps propel this. Kind of reminds me of how they did Tekken Tag, and they gave you all these characters and all this stuff. It was just a massive amount of stuff that they gave you that was so much more than the previous games. So I think as industry wise, I think what Smash is doing is pretty awesome, and it feels like and sounds like a true homage to its fans and a real fan service to the people who've really been a part of Smash for all these years. But as far as the direct goes, which is a different topic of the content, as far as the direct goes, I don't know if it's being as successful as they would want it to be. And so I kind of start to question this and question my thought and question maybe people's expectations of directs, because I know when I'm into a game, let's just say new Last of Us or the new God of War, when it came out, every time they came out with like a developer's dive and they talk a little bit more about the game, give you a little bit more detail, or like they're doing with the new what game is that? The
Last of Us.
No, I'm talking about GTA. I mean Red Dead. I'll take Red Dead for example, because they're already doing that.
Okay.
And so what they're doing is that they're going to give deep dives of what's going on behind the scenes ever so often. And so every time they do that, I'm going to be 100% listening, watching that, and waiting for that. The question I'm kind of proposing is, has Nintendo's directs kind of spoiled Nintendo gamers on what they should expect, on what should be considered a direct and what should not be considered direct? Because even a developer's deep dive, going a little bit deeper in a game that they've already talked about, is still valid. A valid thing to do, because I know when God of War did it and when Red Dead's going to do it, I'm going to be all on board. But it sounds like that Nintendo fans have been conditioned for directs to be a certain thing, and now since they're again talking a little bit more about the Smash game, that they're kind of against what was being done. Because personally, I didn't watch the direct because it doesn't change. It will not change anything for me. I'm going to get the game. I'm going to rent it. I'm going to play it. So any extra direct doesn't change it for me. But I was thinking about that as I was talking, and I was saying, like, if it was like a God of War that I'm really, really into, I would want to see every aspect that they could give me. And so that's why I'm thinking that. And the question I was going to ask earlier, Level, is who was this direct really for? And so I asked about 2-3 questions in that. One was, has Nintendo's directs kind of changed Nintendo fans' approach to a direct? Become conditioned the type of way. And the other question was,
who was it for?
Who was the direct really for?
Before D2K jump in here, I'm going to answer it because you made me think of something. Me personally, like I was listening to Red Knight's podcast, and I also listened to the Small Cert on this, on this topic of Smash, and the whole thing going on with people frustrated with the fact that we're getting more Smash even after E3. I think this conversation need to be addressed two separate ways, because I don't think it's too much Smash in the sense that you just explained, because you're right. When I'm excited for a game, I can't get enough of the interviews, enough of the information. I want more information. Like the more they gave us Breath of the Wild information, the more I was glued to the YouTube to find out about it. The more they talked about Odyssey, the more I wanted to hear about it. The more they talked about God of War 4, me and you, we stayed on top of that. Anything they shared, we was gobbling it up.
Yep.
I think the issue is, and I think you made me think of it, is not that we're getting too much Smash info. I think we are still dissatisfied with the E3 presentation for the scope of the year, and Smash is getting hit with maybe unfair criticism because the fan base, in majority of the Nintendo fan base, is upset because they didn't get all the announcement that they were expecting at E3, and Smash took up more time than they thought it would take up, and so they're mad and jaded for not getting the E3 experience they wanted. I think that's what's happening.
Okay.
So no, I don't think. And two, you just answer your second question. I think this Smash was geared towards the Smash fan, those who are tournament players and those who love what Smash Bros do and does, the Nintendo fan base and those diehard Smash fans. I think that's who this direct was catered to. So I think that's why all Nintendo fans were pleasantly pleased with what Nintendo showed at this direct. Some that are more than others, but I didn't hear anybody say it was a horrible direct or nothing that they announced was bad. It's just I think people wanted more at E3, and Nintendo chose to give them too much Smash at E3, and in return, they are frustrated and they're taking their ire out on this more Smash announcements is getting hit with criticism because we didn't get all we wanted at E3. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I actually would. I'll let D2K speak first before I say something else. Go ahead,
D2.
Well, it's even more so than that. Is that it seems like that they're kind of like pouring salt in the wound from the people who were salty after E3. Because if you were upset that there was too much Smash at E3, here we are, like what, 2 months from E3. And we get another Smash Direct that was about the same length of time that the Smash portion of the E3 Direct was. It's not like people forgot in 2 months about the game coming in December. Mm-hmm. And we know that there's going to be another one coming later on this year. There's no way in the world that this is the last we're going to hear from Smash Brothers from Nintendo all the way until December.
We're probably going to get two. Probably two between now and that release. Will probably be two more directs.
There's going to be
dedicated to Smash.
There's going to be at least another Smash Direct, and they're obviously going to talk about it in their regular general Nintendo Directs that they have scheduled for the rest of the year.
Right.
So, that had a lot to do with this. It's almost like, okay, we get it. Thank you. We're going to buy it. Let's move on to the next game so we can find out what other games we would like to buy. You see what I'm saying? Once you already got a customer on the hook, you don't need to keep trying to sell that item to them. You need to move on to something else, because if you keep pushing it in people's face, it can turn people off to it. It could get to the point like, you're driving a little too fast here, Nintendo. I mean, why are you trying to push this to the forefront so much? I mean, there's nobody out there who saw the initial E3 Direct that says, I'm not getting Smash. Or there are people who are Smash fans, Nintendo fans. They were not saying, oh, that looks terrible, I'm not going to buy that. No. Nintendo fans and Smash fans were like, we're going to buy this day one. Done. Your mission is accomplished. Move to the next game.
Yeah, I agree. I think mostly agree with what you just said. I feel like you said, everyone that's a Nintendo fan for the most part, diehard Smash fans to the casuals, the most casual Smash fan. Like I would say, I'm more to the casual end of the Smash hype. You know, I like Smash, but I'm not up there with the OJs, with the Red Knights, with those who are ultimate killer Smash players, Shokyo, all of them. Like, I'm not that good at it, but I like the game, and I bought every Smash that has ever hit a platform. I have bought them, so I will most definitely be buying this one. But again, D2K, you said it. What else is there? And that's my fear. Like, okay, Nintendo, do you not have anything else, and that's why you giving Smash so much?
See, that's another thing that I'm thinking about, because this. I mean, I could be just reading this wrong, but this kind of feels like a swan song to me for Smash Brothers. I mean, they are packing so much into this one game. How can you possibly follow this?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have been. I don't think he's finna leave. Sakurai, I think that's his name. I don't think you. I'm honestly, just like let's be real. We've seen this with all fighting games. At a certain point, what else can you add that won't disrupt what you have and make everyone who love what you make upset with you? That's why Street Fighters can only get facelifts, and if you changed aspects, Ryu still fights the exact same way he fought in the original Street Fighters 2. He has a few new move sets, but for the most part, you're still doing the uppercut, you're still doing the roundhouse, you're still throwing fireballs. See what I'm saying? And you have a few aesthetics add on to that doesn't disrupt don't disrupt what's not broken. You don't have to fix if it ain't broken. It ain't broken, so don't mess up what's already made. And I think what's going on with Smash is, I think Sakurai them getting to a place like, in order for us to take Smash beyond what we've already done, we were literally had to rewrite the whole game and make a brand new top to bottom game. Not using the sets and all that from previous generations. And I think if that's a gamble they ain't willing to take. They not finna change how Mario plays. They not finna change how, for the most part, how Samus plays. They can't do much more than what they've already done, and to keep the gamers who really love the game happy. So all you could do is add content like songs and stages and characters and different outfits, and you can improve the graphics. But even in that, there's only so much you could do with that type of artistic approach. It's only so much you could do it. I mean, 1080p is getting it to where you about hitting the ceiling of what you can do with Smash, unless you just totally scrap what you done and start from over and create a whole new game from the bottom to the top. And I don't know if that's going to pan well with the base that has fallen in love with the game. That's why I think, like your Swan Son, I think is pointing to Sakurai said, we have made all we can do is put more content in this game now, because we can't change. If I change one iota of how Mario fights, I'm gonna hear it. If I take out this and put that, I mean, they do it, but like people like Melee, because of the glitch, and didn't like the one on I think it was
They didn't like Brawl.
On the Wii, they didn't like that one, Brawl, because it didn't have that. Well, that was a glitch that caused that. It wasn't meant to be there. You see what I'm saying? So, but those type of things have put them in a position where, what can I touch? What's sacred? What's untouchable? They don't know. So they just keep giving you what they've already given you almost like Madden, and adding small things here and there. But for the most part, I know you don't like to hear that, K-Bum. It's the exact same experience. I mean, I played Smash from the 64 up to the Wii U. Outside of graphics and more characters, I would say they definitely improved on the 64 to the GameCube. But from GameCube on, I'm like I said, I'm casual, so I might be speaking blasphemy here. But for the most part, it feels, I guess you would have to be like K-Bum, you had to be like a Red Knight or somebody that OJ who Shokyo, who really dives into the crux of what Smash is, that can pinpoint the changes. Like K-Bum can pinpoint the changes of Madden, but for most players, it's about the same. For most, I would say. And I don't know if Sakurai can really do anything that doesn't disrupt that and cause more problems for the game than help.
I don't think that he wants to be bothered with that, because what he had to go through for the Smash Bros. For the Wii U was bad enough. It's in terms of from just a health standpoint, for his own personal health. I mean, that took a lot out of him. And he might just say, you know what, I'm going to just give you one super big, bad, Infinity War style Smash Brothers, and I'm going to go somewhere, sit down and rest and come up with a new idea. We may still release DLC going forward, new stages, new characters, stuff like that. Just keep updating it for the rest of the Switch's lifestyle, because you don't really need to upgrade. You don't need another Smash for the Switch. You can just keep adding to this one, and that'll be a lot less hectic to do that. But as far as making another one, I don't think we're going to see another Smash for a long time. Not on this console.
No, we're not seeing another one on the not on. It may be when they make a revised Switch, we might see one then, but not on the current Switch that we have. No,
I don't even think they're going to do that, because it won't be necessary. It's not going to look any better. I mean, there's nothing wrong.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's only so much. Like with most fighters and with a lot of type games, and honestly, but for fighters, look at Mortal Kombat. I remember when they changed Mortal Kombat from the original to the 3D Mortal Kombat, everybody was like, y'all ruined Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Then they came back, reestablished the old. They tried to fix that 3D 3D combat space. They couldn't do it. It didn't work. So they went back to their roots. But then we got the current Mortal Kombat that they changed up a lot. But again, it's only so much you can do when you're tied to a situation that's not broken. There's only so much you can do. If you change it too much, you're gonna upset the folks who follow the game.
If a shoelace is the wrong color, Nintendo fans will get upset about it.
Right, so, but
I'm like, from Sakurai's standpoint, like, I'm not dealing with that kind of nonsense. Because if any, like you just said, if any little tweak, they will notice it immediately, and he will catch hell from it. And he's like, you know what? Forget it. I'm throwing every character that's ever been there, 100 trillion stages, 9,000 songs. We're doing everything. We're going to put everything. No one will be able to complain about anything with this game. And I can walk away and go do something else. Go fishing. I don't care. Something.
Yeah. And that's what I think is that. I think Smash is at that place, to answer your question, K-Bum, and D2K. Smash is at a place to where, honestly, in order to make it new, not that this is a port, because it's all the Smash has been using the what's the word? What's the building blocks of the game before it? What they call that? All the I can't think of it. It's skipping my head, but
iterations, not iterations.
The coding and all that. So what's that called? When the coding and the template, yeah, that's Deep Dark Sun. Thank you. But it's another word. Yeah, they using all what they done before. Like Melee was all that stuff that they done wasn't thrown out the bathwater, and they started from scratch on the Wii version. No, this all the stuff they worked out for the Melee version was also the stuff they used to create the Wii version. Was also the stuff they used to create the Wii U version. Also the stuff they used to create the Switch version. They're still using the same template for each version. So you're gonna have all that stuff is there. They just tweak it here, tweak it there, make it tighter, make it smoother. You know what I'm saying? Make it more visually pleasing. Add more stuff to the background and that they couldn't do on. But for the most part, we at a place where else can you add? Where else can you tweak that ain't gonna cause a uproar? Like I remember Bayonetta, the character Bayonetta, they was fussing like you can't use her at Evo. You can't use her in competitive play because of certain things she could do. They didn't want her usable. They banned her, so they had to nerf her in a way to make her pleasable to competitive play. Like that's how serious it done gotten with them.
And Cornelius brought up today, Sakurai was getting death threats about Waluigi for some reason. I forgot what that was about, but he pointed out in the comments section. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, people are quick to do death threats when you don't do something that you don't like in the gaming community.
Yeah, because Waluigi is not included in the game, though. I thought that was the issue.
Yeah, a lot of folks want these characters like the whole thing really. He better not put really. Like, I mean, I never understood that. But like I said, again, I'm just pushing the issue that, D2K, we might be at a place to where I don't think Sakurai's done making Smash and none of that. But maybe after this Smash, what we see next might be they might gamble with Smash and totally change everything on us. And truly introduce a brand new, built from the ground up, not using anything from the past Smash. And that's gonna be, but I think that might be what they plan on doing next, and this is a swan song too. If this Smash will never be like this again, because in order to go forward, we just like Mario went from 2D to 3D. I think Smash finna go into its place to where it might change up how the whole thing, and this might be just, if you want to play that Smash, you got to go back to those platforms. We want to change our Smash so I can stay excited about it. I don't want to keep making the exact same Zelda over and over again. I want to make Breath of the Wild. In order for me to make Breath of the Wild, I got to break up certain aesthetics. I got to break up certain norms. That could have flopped. Breath of the Wild could have flopped, easily flopped, but it didn't. Not having any true dungeons, not having this, not having that. Link able to do stuff that you typically can't do, having to manage weapons and gear and all that could have literally flopped in their face, and people wanted the traditional, tried and true approach to Zelda, but they broke up the norm. You could go straight to fight Ganon. You don't have to even. They gave you so much options that could have backfired, but it didn't. So I think that's what they finna do. Probably with the next Smash is gonna be totally different than what we've seen now. That's what it sounds like he's doing to me. He emptying everything he can empty, and this will be the Smash to go to for the traditional Smash type of gameplay. After this, we finna make a brand new, from ground up Smash game and introduce it to you guys and see if y'all can flow with what we're doing now with Smash.
And if it doesn't work out, you still have Ultimate to fall back on.
You still have Ultimate. Yeah, that's what I think is finna happen. I know that might sound crazy, but they finna break. Yeah, there you go, Boat. They finna break the mold. They got to move forward with the game, man. Because right now it's 900 songs. Dude, you got so many characters in this game, plus what they call is it phantom characters? That what they call them? What they call them characters that's like you got Simon, then you got the other character. He's based on Simon. What did they call that? Somebody help me out in the live chat. We about to get off of here, but I can't think of ghost characters. I think that's what they call it. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, between all these characters, dude, you probably won't even use all them characters. There's so many in there.
That's an Echo. You got like 3 people.
Echo, there it is. Echo characters. You have between all the characters and their Echo character, dude, you looking at maybe 50 some characters or more.
It's more than that.
It might be more.
It's 67.
67 plus Echo, yeah. So dang, I was 17. I was 67 plus Echo characters. So we might be looking at 80 or 90 some characters. Man, I was way off. So I mean, what else can the man do? What else can he do?
What else does he need to do?
Yeah, outside of giving you, that last feature that he had blurred out, which I think is the single player mode, which is obvious that's what it is. I don't think Sakurai's done with Smash Bros. He done with this version of it. He's done with this template. He's done with this way of approaching Smash. The next Smash will be brand new, ground up, different aesthetics, different fight mechanics, maybe 3D. We don't know, but it ain't going to be like this one. That's what I think's going to happen. And so you better get all your love affair out with this one, everything you want. King Kairu, you want him, he here. You wanted what's his name? Ridley, you got him. Tired of hearing y'all fuss. You wanted Dark Samus, you got him. I'm giving you everything you want. So when I give you this new game, you can't say I didn't give you what you wanted over here. Go play that. Everything you could ever want is in that game. So when I give you this new one, I need y'all to support me because I'm finna change it up. That's what I think's finna happen. That's what I think's gonna happen, bro. So, but I still say this direct could have waited. We could have got this direct after another direct. They could have came back with this direct, and I think it would have made more sense. But I will say the direct was actually good. No problem with the direct. I just wish they dealt with something else between E3 and this. Something else should have came between this direct and E3. That's what I feel. Anything else?
Nope.
Cornelia says, "Shut up forever." That's what Sakurai gonna say after this Ultimate Smash Bros. He's saying, "Shut up forever. Don't ever say anything to me after this." I agree. But anyway, man, we're gonna prepare to get out of here. I appreciate all you guys who tuned in. Let's go through here. Let's see if I didn't miss anybody. Phoenix, Star 5000, Dark Sun, Cornelius, First Name Basis, Blue Bolt. Who else was up in here? Tony was up in here. Clocked It was up in here. Who else, man? I said Dark Sun. I know somebody else was up here earlier. Let me see. Keith Norris is up in here, but what on here? I don't know. Keith, man, you got to get on the mic, bro. Who else, man? I think I got everybody. I might be missing one person. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I think I got everybody. So, Damien, there he is. I knew it was one more. Damien, thank you for tuning in. But I'm gonna let these dudes sign out. Well, I'm gonna let this dude sign out. Go ahead, K-Bomb.
I was happy to get a chance to get through. Even though life was in the balance, I still got a chance to hop on the podcast and enjoy myself. I enjoyed the chat. I mean, you guys were. Did you get clocked? Because Clock was in there and he left.
Yeah, I said Clocked It.
Okay,
that's what his name.
Okay, cool.
Clocked It. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being in the chat. We had a little conversation in the chat, so that was legit. And Cornelius still be out there. Hey, know me, Madden for life, bro. Go get you a copy. You want to Gatorade Physics. You know what's up. But no,
yeah, I saw him put that in there. Gatorade.
No, man, enjoyed it, man. Like I said, I love having the live chat. And you guys we have these two conversations going, us here and in live chat, and you guys do a great job of fact checking us and making sure that we stay on point. So appreciate you guys, man. Keep up the work.
Yeah, man. I'm enjoying y'all, man. I'm trying to make y'all more a part of what we do, not just stand up with what y'all saying and adding it into the conversation. Because sometimes it be right on time with what we talking about, and y'all have good things to add. So continue to tune in, share this, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button, leave a comment outside of the live chat. Let some friends know that you was here. Put this up, man. But anyway, this was the Live and Level Gamers Podcast, episode 157. Till next time, folks. Deuces.